Donald Trump's campaign's financial problems are actually much worse than we had already thought. Now, we have known for quite some time that Donald Trump is struggling with money, both personally and politically. Personally, obviously, the biggest story that I've talked about 1,000 times already is Donald Trump not being able to pay the $464 million bond. But with his campaign, he has basically bankrupted both of his political action committees, paying his legal fees. So that puts him at a disadvantage compared to Biden, who's got $155 million cash on hand ready to spend. But the bigger problem that Trump has is not just that he's spending money faster than it can come in, which is also something that's been reported. It's not just the fact that the big dollar donors don't want to give him any money because they fear he'll spend it on his legal fees. That's not even the biggest problem. The biggest problem that, according to reports, now has his campaign insiders panicking is the fact that these small dollar donors, the people who have funded most of Trump's campaigns in both 2016 and 2020, those small dollar donors have effectively dried up. Whereas small dollar donors for President Biden's $53 million haul for February alone accounted for 97% of that money, Donald Trump only raised $3 million from small dollar donors in the month of January. So Biden is getting 97% of his money from small dollar donors, like tens of millions of dollars per month. Trump barely got $3. And these are the people who funded, for the most part, they funded the majority of the 2016 campaign and the 2020 campaign. Let me read you this. Trump's campaign reported raising just $3 million from small dollar donors in January this year, those that give $200 or less. For 2023, Trump's re-election campaign reports raising 62.5% less money from small dollar donors than it did in 2019. So this is not a phenomenon that just popped up in the last few months. This is a phenomenon that has been taking place in the Trump campaign for well over a year. And there's a very obvious reason for that. See, Donald Trump has been raising money from these small dollar campaign donors since he lost the 2020 election, before he even left office as president. He has been bleeding these people dry to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars that are now gone because he spent it on legal fees. But these people gave him hundreds of millions of dollars when he wasn't even running for office. And these are people who do not have that kind of money to give. At least not give it consecutively. They can give $25 here, $25 there, maybe a few times a year. But at this point, they're kind of tapped out. So what does he do? And that's the question his campaign is trying to figure out. They're getting rejected by the big dollar donors. The small dollar donors are drying up. And of course, Donald Trump can't use his own personal fortune to fund his campaign because all that's tied up in his legal judgments. So just like so many other things Donald Trump has touched throughout his life, it's just another area where he's basically going bankrupt.